5 ways to survive a Taurus. Let's get started. 1. Join them in their love for the finer things. Be it a gourmet meal, a luxurious getaway, or just a cozy evening. Sharing these experiences helps strengthen your bond. Tauruses really like to be comfortable and enjoy nice things, a big part of who they are. They love things that feel good to touch, like soft silk and velvet. They have a good eye for beauty, which you can see in their well-decorated, peaceful homes. Tauruses also enjoy good food and wine, and they care a lot about how their meals look and taste. They prefer to have a few high-quality things instead of many cheap things, and they are careful with their money to make sure they can keep living comfortably. Their homes are very important to them, a place where they feel good and everything looks nice. They also like being in nature, doing things that help them relax and feel connected to the world. Tauruses are willing to spend more on their hobbies because they like things to be just right. When they socialize, they enjoy small get-togethers where they can have deep talks in a cozy place. For Tauruses, loving comfort isn't just about luxury. It's about making their whole life feel good and stable. 2. Be patient with their pace. Taurus has their own rhythm, often slower and more deliberate than others. They like to take their time, especially when making decisions. They think things through very carefully and don't like being rushed. If you try to push them to decide quickly, they might just resist and become stubborn. Tauruses also don't usually react right away. They need time to understand and think about things before they respond. Also, Tauruses usually like things to be predictable and follow a regular routine rather than being spontaneous. They do sometimes enjoy surprises or things that aren't planned, but they mostly want to know what's going to happen. They feel more comfortable when things are stable and don't change too much. Quick or big changes can make them feel uneasy. This doesn't mean Tauruses can't be flexible or get used to new things, but they like to have time to think about changes before they happen. It's important to respect their need for stability and routine. If you want to add something spontaneous or new into their life, it's best to do it gently, keeping in mind what makes them comfortable. 3. Be consistent with your actions and words. Tauruses trust people who are dependable. If you promise them something, make sure you do it. They really value it when someone's actions match their words. In any kind of relationship, as a friend, partner, or at work, it's important to show up regularly, especially when times are tough, not just when things are going well. Keeping in touch often and being honest with them helps build trust. Tauruses don't like it when people change their behavior suddenly or unexpectedly. At work, if you're working with a Taurus, make sure you meet deadlines and do your job well consistently. They respect a strong work ethic and dedication, qualities that mirror their own approach to professional responsibilities. Being reliable and consistent is super important for a Taurus. Inconsistency can lead to distrust and might even cause a Taurus to reevaluate and potentially withdraw from the relationship. For Tauruses, knowing they can rely on someone is not just comforting. It's a vital aspect of their relationships and interactions. 4. Set healthy boundaries. Tauruses can be possessive. This possessiveness comes from their strong need for security in relationships. They form deep emotional connections and might sometimes act territorial. Clear boundaries prevent feelings of being controlled and avoid resentment. They create a healthy dynamic where both people understand and respect each other's space and needs. Once you set a boundary, stick to it. Consistency is key with Tauruses, who respect and understand the need for stable rules and structures. If a boundary is crossed, address it immediately but respectfully. Letting issues slide can create confusion about the importance of these boundaries. Be prepared to find a middle ground. While some boundaries are non-negotiable, others might be flexible. Show respect for their needs as well. If they need reassurance or quality time, be willing to provide that within the framework of your boundaries. Reassure your Taurus that your need for space or certain limits doesn't diminish your commitment or feelings for them. They need to understand that boundaries are not barriers to intimacy, but rather guidelines for a healthy relationship. 5. Choose your battles wisely. Surviving a Taurus means being ready for their stubborn side. You should think carefully about when to argue with them and when to let things go. Not every disagreement is worth a big fight. Sometimes, It's better to find a way to agree on something that works for both of you rather than trying to make a Taurus change their mind. This keeps things peaceful and shows that you respect their personality. When you do disagree, it's good to talk about it calmly and logically. Tauruses are practical and respond well to reasonable arguments, not just emotional ones.